Hello students, welcome to my channel. This is Daphne Kudian here. Today we are doing another speaking session. Before we start, please remember to subscribe to my channel and share as much as possible. So we're going to start with part 1 questions, and this time I will be giving the questions in the description column. It's not like last time when I forgot to actually give it. This time I'll be giving it. So first question. Do you like to spend time at home or outside your home? For me, I like to spend time both at home and outside. If I have a lot of work pending at home, I would like to first finish all my household chores, but then in the evening I would like to go out because I do enjoy socializing with people. How important is it for you to be a homeowner yourself? It's not important at all, because during my childhood days we kept on shifting from one home to another, and so I got used to the fact of staying in a place for 1 or 2 years and then moving from that place. So it's not at all important to me. Next question. Would you ever sell your home to go traveling for a few years? Now, I don't have, as I mentioned, I don't have a home in my own name, but if I did, I would never sell it, because that would be wrong, because I have 2 kids and I need to consider their future as well. But if this question was asked to me like when I was in my younger days, maybe I would have, because I didn't have any responsibilities at that time. But the situation has changed these days. Next question. Do you eat in restaurants, cafes and so on a lot? Now I have to confess, yes I do. I do enjoy going out to these places, and I enjoy that feeling of just eating outside, trying new dishes, and whether it be fancy restaurants or fast food outlets, I definitely enjoy going out a lot. How do you decide where to go and what to eat? For me, what I actually consider is actually my craving at that time. So if I'm craving for masala dosa, I would go to Anand restaurant, which is actually a vegetarian restaurant. On the other hand, if I feel like I need to have like fried chicken and maybe a burger or something, I would go to chicken. So it depends on my craving at that time, and of course naturally time available, because if I'm in a hurry and I don't have time, I would just go to a nearby bakery, have maybe an egg puffs, and of course maybe a glass of lime juice or even a cup of coffee. Are fast food outlets popular where you live? Now I would say like this year has been kind of dull, because we all know about the COVID pandemic and everything. But even in the midst of this pandemic, I noticed that few fast food outlets have started to mushroom in our locality, even among all this, because that's how much people love fast foods in my region. Next, do you cook? Do you ever cook for yourself? I am the only one that does the cooking in my home, because I am a wife, I am a mother, so I do enjoy cooking, but I also enjoy going out and trying new dishes. ഇനി നമ്മൾ ക്യൂ കാർഡിലോട്ടാണ് നീങ്ങുന്നത്. ക്യൂ കാർഡ് നമുക്ക് 1 മിനിറ്റ് പ്രിപ്പയർ ചെയ്യാൻ സമയം കിട്ടും, നമുക്ക് 2 മിനിറ്റ് സംസാരിക്കണം, എന്നിട്ട് നമ്മൾ നോക്കിക്കോണം, നോട്ടിൽ എഴുതിയിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അതിൽ നോക്കി നമ്മൾ സംസാരിക്കണം. ആയിട്ട് കൊടുത്തേക്കുന്ന ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് എല്ലാം ആൻസർ ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് ശ്രദ്ധിക്കുക. സോ ഐ എം ജസ്റ്റ് ഗോയിങ് ടു ടൈം മൈ സെൽഫ്. ഒന്ന് സ്റ്റോപ്പ് വാച്ച് ഒന്ന് ഞാൻ ഓൺ ആക്കട്ടെ, ആൻഡ് ദെൻ ഐ വിൽ സ്റ്റാർട്ട്. റൈറ്റ്. Today's topic, it's about how people spend time and money on furnishing their home. ഇതാണ് നമ്മുടെ ഇന്നത്തെ ടോപ്പിക്ക്. ഇതിനെ ബേസ് ചെയ്താണ് ഞാൻ ഇന്ന് സംസാരിക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ ഞാനത് ഡിസ്ക്രിപ്ഷൻ കൊടുക്കുന്നത് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ കൊടുക്കും. So you just need to check it. Right, I'm going to start. For me, I think people these days are spending a lot of time and money when it comes to furnishing their homes, and they seem to really like it. I know of couples who spend years when it comes to interior decoration and selecting the furniture. Like if they're not satisfied with the furniture that they see in one shop, they would go from shop to shop, and they would search for weeks and sometimes for months and sometimes for years just to find that kind of furniture that that's close to their heart or they have a connection to. It's what they tend to do. First question is like, why do people do this? Now for me, it's like, I guess sometimes people do this because they want to have an interior that makes them feel really comfortable at home. Like for people, most people, we dream about how our home should be furnished when you are children or when you are a teenager, and you dream about having your own home and you want your house to be in a particular manner. So that's probably one reason, because you want your house to be comfortable in the way that you like. Otherwise, for some other people, it's because their family home used to be furnished in a particular way and they want to bring that into their own home later on when they're adults, because it somehow makes them feel comfortable and they feel that they're closer to their family, to their siblings and such kind of stuff. Does furniture shows your status? I would say yes, because for people who are able to afford maybe a sofa set that's worth 200 to 300,000 rupees, definitely that individual is rich and they do have the money to flaunt on things such as furniture. So definitely they would do that, and it shows status. And that is another reason why people in my society are seen to spend so much on furniture. Now, what kind of furniture do people tend to like? They of course are using wooden furniture if you're trying to show your status. That's 2 minutes. Okay, so it is, I think I said a lot there, so maybe a bit more than 2 minutes, but you don't need to worry, right? Because examiner നമ്മളെ സ്റ്റോപ്പ് ചെയ്യും, 2 മിനിറ്റ് ആകും. അപ്പം നമ്മളിങ്ങനെ 2 മിനിറ്റ് ആയോ എന്നിങ്ങനെ എത്തി കുത്തി ഒന്നും നോക്കണ്ട, സമയമാകുമ്പം അവർ നിർത്തും. പിന്നെ നിങ്ങൾ ശ്രദ്ധിക്കേണ്ട വേറെ കാര്യം, ഞാൻ ചിലപ്പോൾ എക്സാമിനറൊക്കെ എന്തെങ്കിലുമൊക്കെ എഴുതിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നതാണ്, നമ്മളിങ്ങനെ എത്തി കുത്തി നോക്കണ്ട അവർ എന്നതാണ് എഴുതുന്നത്. നിങ്ങൾ നോക്കിയാൽ ഒട്ടും നിങ്ങൾക്ക് മനസ്സിലാകത്തുമില്ല. അതുമാത്രമല്ല, ഒരു വൃത്തികെട്ട സ്വഭാവമായിട്ട് എക്സാമിനറിന് തോന്നും. എന്തിനാണോ ഈ കൊച്ചിങ്ങനെ എത്തിക്കുത്തി നോക്കുന്നത്, ഇതിന് കൾച്ചറലത്തെ കൊച്ചാണോ, മാനേഴ്സ് ഇല്ലേ എന്നൊക്കെ അവർക്ക് തോന്നും. അപ്പം നമ്മൾ അങ്ങനെയൊന്നും ചെയ്യരുത്. ഇതൊരു ഫോമൽ ഇൻ്റർവ്യൂ ആണ്, നമ്മളെപ്പോഴും നല്ല പൊളൈറ്റായിട്ടൊക്കെ ഇരിക്കണം. ക്യൂ കാർഡിൻ്റെ 2 മിനിറ്റ്സ് കഴിയുമ്പം നമ്മുടെ എക്സാമിനർ നമ്മളെ സ്റ്റോപ്പ് ചെയ്യും. അങ്ങനെ നമ്മുടെ സെക്കൻഡ് പാർട്ട് കഴിഞ്ഞ് നമുക്കിനിപ്പോൾ തേർഡ് പാർട്ടിലോട്ട് കിടക്കാം, നമ്മുടെ ഡിസ്കഷൻ ഭാഗത്തോട്ട് കിടക്കാം. Right? How does fashion affect interior designs? കണ്ണു തള്ളിപ്പോയില്ലേ എൻ്റെയും? Right? അപ്പോൾ ഫാഷനും ഇൻറ്റീരിയർ ഡിസൈൻ, ഹൗ ഡസ് ഫാഷൻ അഫക്റ്റ് ഇൻറ്റീരിയർ ഡിസൈൻ? നമുക്ക് ഫാഷൻ നമ്മൾ ചിന്തിക്കുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ നമുക്ക് ആദ്യമേ വരുന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഈ റാമ്പിൽ കൂടെ അല്ലെ ക്യാറ്റ് വാക്കിൽ കൂടെ പെണ്ണുങ്ങൾ നടക്കുന്നതാണ് നമ്മുടെ മനസ്സിൽ വരുന്നത്. ഇതും ഇൻറ്റീരിയർ ഡിസൈനിങ്ങും അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇതായിട്ട് എന്താ ബന്ധം നമുക്ക് പെട്ടെന്ന് തോന്നും. റൈറ്റ്? But naturally there's a connection, because as human beings we all have our personal style. So even though I'm not going to follow what I see on a ram walk, like copy what the models are doing and wear it, there might be some things that I like, that I see in fashion and that I adopt as my own personal style. I might make a bit of modifications here and there, but it becomes my personal style. And why we dress in our own personal style is because it makes us feel comfortable and confident as an individual. Same is seen in the case of interior design, because interior design is your home, the interior of your home, so naturally that reflects your personal style. എൻ്റെ പേഴ്സണൽ സ്റ്റൈലായിരിക്കും എൻ്റെ വീടിൻ്റെ ഇൻറ്റീരിയർ വരാൻ പോകുന്നത്. Like if I look for myself as well, I am not completely traditional, yet I am traditional, and I'm not completely modern, yet I am modern. So I'm a mix or a fusion of both these. So definitely that reflects in the way that I like my home, because you do find a bit of foreign touch to it, and you'll of course find a bit of Kerala touch to it. So it's a fusion of both these worlds, and that is basically who I am as well. So this is just proof that interior does show your personal style. Like for example, when cobalt blue was introduced into the fashion industry, it came on the ram walk 2014-15 somewhere, and immediately it clicked. It clicked immediately because people just fell in love with cobalt blue. So we took it not into our dress, not only just in our dressing or handbags and accessories and all that, but we took it into our homes, right? So at that time we used to have electronic goods would like come in that cobalt blue color, and even curtains and even our bed sheets, right? We went to an extent where our cakes would also come in cobalt blue. So here what I'm trying to say to you is that there is a connection between fashion and interior designs. Next question. Do we place more value on what someone has than who they are? Unfortunately, yes. In today's modern society where people are materialistic, we are consumeristic, and we are selfish in nature, all we consider is actually money and what money can buy. We are so quickly impressed by someone who has a huge house, many cars, or who uses fancy gadgets or the most expensive and latest gadgets, and we admire them without even considering for a second how this individual was able to acquire all this wealth. He could have probably used corrupt means to acquire that wealth, but we don't care. We go to an extent where parents even say, they don't even care that they're actually telling the child to become a criminal. This is the world that we live in. People are immediately impressed by money, right? And even the brands, because we see that brands have become so popular in our locality, right? So if you have a branded shirt, branded glasses on, your watch, your pant, your shirt, and everything, right? We are immediately impressed by a person because he's wealthy, right? And if he's wealthy, he's going to gain respect in society, because that is how our modern society functions. Even if you have wealth and you don't show it off, people don't like you, because they like people who show off their wealth. This is why we have social media, because here you are able to show off your wealth. Right, moving on to the next question. Is it better to live a simple life than have a materialistic lifestyle? ചോദിക്കുന്നത് തന്നെ ശരിയാണെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നില്ല, but that is how the question goes, right? നമ്മളെല്ലാവരും മജോറിറ്റി ആൾക്കാരും IELTS എങ്ങനെയും ഒന്ന് എഴുതി പുറത്ത് കടന്ന് കാശുണ്ടാക്കണം എന്നുള്ള ഉദ്ദേശത്തിലാണ് നമ്മളെല്ലാവരും നിൽക്കുന്നത്. So most of us tend to like that materialistic lifestyle, but personally a simple lifestyle is better in a way. നമ്മൾ നോക്കിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരു സിമ്പിൾ ലൈഫ് സ്റ്റൈൽ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ you can first of all sleep better. സുഖമായിട്ട് കിടന്നുറങ്ങാൻ പറ്റും, right? When you are wealthy, you have so much of money, you have so much of possession, you probably have maybe a Jaguar parked in your car parking area, or you have a couple more other cars. So constantly and continuously a person is worried, will someone steal my cars, will someone break into my home, I have so much of money, so much of wealth. And it's said that your mind will be where your wealth is. This makes it very difficult for people to sleep, wealthy people to actually get sleep, because they are always thinking about money and making money. They go to a point where family is not important, friends is not important, social life is not important. All they are concerned about is working and earning more and more money. This makes them stressed, right? They're always under stress, always under depression, and they experience loneliness because they don't want to be with anyone else, and then afterwards in life no one wants to actually be with them. Same we can also see in the case of their children, right? When kids are from a wealthy family, they are pampered and given a lot more of toys, they play with that, and this actually is a problem for kids because they lose that ability to focus on one thing. Whereas when you look at kids from middle class or poor families, they have just few toys. Maybe that is like 3 or 4 toys, and that's all the toys that they're going to get their entire lifetime. No one is going to buy them any more toys, right? And for these kids, since they have few, they take care of what they have. At the same time, their concentration is really good, and that is why children from middle class or even below middle class tend to score better, because when they are studying, they are able to concentrate, they are able to focus and perform exceptionally well in their studies, and in every other aspect when you check at it, right? Middle class family or below that, they tend to give importance to God, right? God is first. You have family time, prayer time is there, they engage in helping their neighbors, doing what they can. So it's a two different kind of lifestyle we're talking about here. And honestly, I would say the best one is actually a simple lifestyle, because you don't need to worry about anything and you just enjoy family time and do what you can instead of worrying and saving up for tomorrow. Right. How do you think materialistic lifestyle is actually affecting our society? Right? Materialistic lifestyle and our society affecting the area. Now we know that money, as is mentioned in the Bible, money is the root of all evil. So when people start focusing more on money, they're going to forget about everything. Their family, their friends, their immediate circle, everything is going to disappear. All they're going to focus on is money. So now you're thinking about a society where most of the people are focused on this materialistic lifestyle. They start working and earning and acquiring more and more material goods. More and more material goods, right? Where do we get all these things? We are taking our resource from the environment. The situation, we know that this planet has sufficient for our needs, but not for our greed. Nammada greed illa provide cheyanayittu. So when you are buying more and more things, you're actually damaging the planet, you're damaging the environment. That's another aspect of materialism, which is also a problem for society. The other thing is that when people make so much of money, they start earning so much and they buy everything, right? And then they come to a point where they have everything, like so much of money, so much of wealth, whatever they want, and then they feel there is no God, right? Because they have everything that they need, and they feel like it is because of their personal struggle and achievement and hard work that they've actually gained all this money. So they reach a point where they say there is no God, right? And then when it continues and goes on and on, they reach another level where they feel I am God. And how do they reach this level? Because money gives people the power and authority to do things which are also not acceptable in society, or morally it's wrong. Like if they don't like someone, they can arrange the person to be killed or anything else. They can engage in corruption, because along with money comes power and authority. So they feel after some time that they are actually God and they are capable of doing so much more, right? But unfortunately, it's not actually the benefits. Most of these people focus on the negative aspect. I mean, you can use your wealth for good purpose, but most people who become materialistic in nature, all they care about is themselves and their own pride and their own ego. So materialism is not at all good for our society, because it's going to destroy our society. So let's hope that people will refrain from this particular nature. Now that's the end of our speaking session. I hope this video would benefit you and you would have learned something from it. Thank you.